A photograph holds a lot of memories, and can pass from generation to generation to remind those of what happened in the past. Since the invention of photography, many incredible and sometimes mysterious photos have been taken. So today we'll be taking a look at these 5 mysterious historical photos. Mysterious ghost hand spotted at linen factory. On the 30th of April 2016, a website called Belfast Live wrote an article titled Trading Places, Classic Images of Old Belfast Workers Going About Their Gone Business. The article looked at how people lived their daily lives before technology evolved. Some of the images they posted included a delivery boy passing a cart horse in June 1955, a man delivering sacks of coal in his back in the 1950s, a fleet of bread vans and 12 other pictures. Interestingly, in the comment section of the article, one of the readers named Linda said the following: "It's great to see an old photo of my granny in the bygone years when she worked in the mill, but did anyone spot the mysterious hand on the girl's right shoulder? My dad has this photo at home and it's known as a family ghost picture." It turns out the picture Linda was talking about is the young linen factory girls from years back, and her grandmother was one of the girls in the picture. But what she was referring to was a mysterious hand on one of the women's shoulder. Taking a look at the picture again, each of the ladies took the picture in their work uniform, with a cord around each of the ladies' waist along with their work tools. However, a mysterious looking dismembered hand seems to be placed on the shoulder of the lady seated to the far right of the middle row. The scary part is that the image was taken over 100 years ago, and they didn't have such technology to pull off such editing. Some of the staff at Belfast Live have tried to find other clarifications like trick of light, or creases in the lady's dress, but none of them seem to be a perfect explanation. There seems to be more attached to the picture, as Linda promised to shed more light on the mystery behind the historical photo. The unbroken seal on King Tutankhamun's tomb. Renowned archaeologist and Egyptologist Howard Carter discovered King Tut's tomb in 1922 in the Valley of the Kings. Its location saved the tomb from the violation and possible clearance by the end of the 20th dynasty, even though it was ransacked by robbers and resealed at 2 different occasions. The theft was made obvious by the resealed plaster and fixed gap in the external entryway. Within the tomb is a staircase, an entrance corridor, an antechamber and the burial chamber. The entrance corridor and antechamber showed signs of robbery as there were damages to some of the objects, and the rooms were disorganized while some of the items were missing, which hinted that the tomb was raided at some point. Inside the burial chamber there are 4 gold shrines, one placed within the other, arranged in diminishing size similar to that of the Russian nesting dolls. Harry Burton took a photo of the unbroken seal on one of the shrine doors of King Tutankhamun's tomb with copper handles, held together by a rope wound around them. The rope was joined by a sensitive clay seal highlighting a jackal god of the ancient Egyptians called Anubis, whose role it is to protect the burial ground. This clay seal has been unbroken for over 3,000 years before its discovery, which meant that King Tut's mummy had not been tampered with. Inside the 4 nested shrines is a sarcophagus, which housed 3 nested mummy-formed coffins that looked just like the deceased King Tutankhamun inside. The king inside the innermost coffin was wrapped and had on a gold mask. King Tutankhamun died at an early age, and it's believed that if the king lived longer, the amount of wealth in the tomb would have been much more. The iceberg thought to have hit the Titanic. The Titanic was a massive ship that was able to hold around 2,224 passengers. Unfortunately, this ship was to sink at around 2 AM on the 15th of April 1912. This was after it left Southampton to head to New York. This would be the ship's first sail at sea before it sunk in the North Atlantic Ocean after it struck an iceberg, claiming the lives of more than 1,500 people. In the morning after the Titanic ship had sunk, a German ocean liner was cruising through the North Atlantic, not far from where the Titanic had hit an iceberg the previous night. The chief steward of the liner took a picture of an iceberg he spotted, which had 3 points in the shape of a crown and red paint visible alongside the iceberg's base, which no doubt implied a ship had slammed into it around 12 hours prior. The chief steward had no information about the Titanic ship that had sunk the night before. Another photo of an iceberg taken the next morning after the Titanic sunk was taken by Captain William George, who was sent to recover people and anything of value from the site of the incident. Some of the survivors of the shipwreck who saw the iceberg the ship had a collision with gave an estimated measurement of the iceberg, and they said it was around 394 feet in length and 98 feet high. This measurement corresponds with the dimension of the iceberg that was photographed. It was reported that this iceberg was the only one at the site, and it also had red paint at the base indicating it had a collision with the ship. This claim, however, on the iceberg being the only one visible has led to disagreement from other parties. Early photographs of the Great Sphinx. Many people from all around the world are already well aware of the mysterious and unexplained nature of the Great Sphinx of Giza, and what it could hold for the ancient Egyptians. Unfortunately, it appears that for political reasons, the top Egyptologists of the region are not interested in discovering the true nature of these creations, and have instead worked at concealing these findings despite what they lead people to believe. The Great Sphinx is a statue made of limestone in the shape of a sphinx lying down. A sphinx is a Greek mythological creature that has the body of a lion and the head of a woman, but the Egyptian sphinx has the head of a man. The Great Sphinx can be found in Egypt on the Giza Plateau on the River Nile's west bank, positioned to face straight from west to east. The Great Sphinx was originally carved from one rock into the Giza's plateau bedrock, and is one of the oldest and biggest statues across the globe. The Sphinx measures at 241 feet in length from its front paws to its tail, 66 feet in height and 62 feet wide. Nobody can lay claim to the time it was built, or why it was built, nor the name it was originally given, as there is no record in the Old Kingdom. The Sphinx's nose and the beard seem to be missing, with the nose being chiselled off by unknown people around the 3rd and 10th century CE. The earliest Western pictures of the Sphinx were sketch illustrations in print around the 16th century. After the invention of photography, different photographs of the Sphinx were taken in the mid-1800s, making them the earliest photographs of the Great Sphinx. British photographer Francis Firth took one of these photographs in 1858. Other photograph pictures of the Sphinx in the 1800s include the one archaeologist Auguste Mariette and Emperor Pedro II of Brazil took in front of the Sphinx in 1871. The members of the Japanese embassy to Europe in front of the Sphinx in 1864, and many others. Nikola Tesla in a car with an unidentified woman. Born on the 10th of July 1856, Nikola Tesla was born into the family of an Orthodox priest as the 4th child out of 5 children, and lived his childhood in a village in the Austrian Empire, which is modern-day Croatia. His mother was gifted in creating mechanical household appliances, and retaining lengthy Serbian epic poems to heart, a creative and retaining gift Tesla eventually inherited. Tesla's father had originally wanted him to enter the priesthood, but promised to enroll him into the best engineering school if he recovered from an illness that had Tesla bedridden for 9 months. Tesla studied at the Polytechnic Institute in Graz, Austria, where he didn't graduate because he didn't get his grades for the last semester of the 3rd year. After working for a while at a telegraph company in Budapest, Hungary, where he was made the chief electrician, he moved to Paris where he gained a lot of experience in electrical engineering, before moving to the United States in 1884 to work with world-renowned inventor and businessman Thomas Edison. After a fallout with Edison, Tesla started his own electric company. Tesla designed the alternating current electricity supply system, which has been widely used to date. Tesla also patented the Tesla coil in 1891, the year he became a citizen of the United States. The Tesla coil, which is an inductor, established the framework for wireless technologies, and is used in old radio transmissions. Tesla never married, and it was even suggested he wasn't really interested in women, as he dedicated the majority of his time to his work. However, many women hoped to get his attention. In one famous image, Tesla could be seen seated beside an unknown woman in a car. Although some believe the unidentified woman is J.P. Morgan's daughter Anne Morgan, who also loved Tesla, there is no documentation supporting this claim. Tesla lived in New York for almost 60 years, and eventually passed away at the age of 86 on the 7th of January 1943. Before he passed away, Tesla was bankrupt and lived a secluded life. Tesla's work lives on to this day, and many have said that if people listened to him during his life, this world would be a much better place. So what do you think of these 5 historical mysteries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.